the first video of 2026. I hope you all have had a very nice and happy New Year's. And welcome to 2026. There has to be a firework there. Just in case the editor forgets. Anyways, welcome. A little bit of an overdue video, but we are today making a video on Stranger Things episode 8 finale of season 5. And my apologies for the very late video. I had stuff to do, school stuff and private life things, so I couldn't find the time to record after I've watched the episode. But I have seen it now for like 2 weeks or something, and it was good. It was very nice. I'm gonna do a recap / review, and I'm not gonna go over every single detail because then this video is gonna take like an hour. So I'm gonna go like blaze through it a little bit, but I'm trying to be as detailed as possible. As far as my thoughts on it, I semi-liked and disliked the ending, primarily because there were a lot of plot holes and those kind of things, and I thought that some of the character development that we got this season was good and worse with others. So without any further ado, let's get into it. I also have, excuse me, a bottle of water because I am very thirsty and gotta be a lot of talking in the review, so stay hydrated, y'all. Okay, let's put you there and let's get started. So, this season, or this finale of episode 8, starts with the whole gang going into the Upside Down, and they're gonna do their big finale part thingamajob. Because the big reveal is that Vecna's plan is to use the children that he has kidnapped to, through the Upside Down, get his like demon Demogorgon world and collide it with our world, and then make his own kind of fancy utopia or his own world, from my understanding. And the gang is trying to stop him by going into the Upside Down and to the, I believe is it Squawk? I don't remember. Radio station tower, and try to get 11 to like mess with Vecna's mind, so when the planet goes down far enough, they can climb on top of the tower, and then if the planet gets close enough, and then 11 passes Vecna, they can go from that tower into his like little realm thingy. Okay, so I noticed that there is someone driving like a motorcycle or something with an engine outside, which was creating a little bit of static. at the same time, in Hawkins' laboratory, they go and set up like the big tank thing filled with water that helps Eleven go into this in people's minds. And while they do that, Hopper is protecting her, and he's like, if I give you the sign, which are like 3 knocks, there's something going on. So Eleven and Kali go into like this dark space world thing to enter someone's mind. And in the meantime, Hopper gets like a message from Vecna, or Vecna's messing with his mind, and he shoots Eleven into the container that she's in, but it's not real. So then she can't stop Vecna's mind anymore. But in the meantime, it was Holly, I think, that took the children away from Vecna, so the world that he's trying to collapse into the Upside Down can't go any further. So he's like really mad. And I'm hoping I'm explaining this right, because I'm doing this from memory. So Eleven and Kali go and meet him in like his mind, and they have a little bit of a fight. And then the kids are going into Max's cave, running away from Vecna, and he's like going after them, and he looks really mad. So he chases after them. In the meantime, the other crew, which is like Mike, Dustin, Lucas, Robin, Joyce, Nancy, Jonathan, Steve, and Steve almost died. But I'll get into that later. So they go to Vecna's little cave thingy, castle thing, and they get there. And then there's like this big reveal moment that Vecna's castle is also the Mind Flayer. Sort of. But in the meantime, back with the kids, you find out that Vecna as a kid encountered like this man in a cave that had like this stone or something that he touched, and that gave him the connection with the Mind Flayer. And then you see all the flashbacks add up from like the past seasons, and then you figure out that like you have this moment where Will's like, oh, you're not evil, you were never evil, it's fine. And then Vecna's like, no, I am always evil, I always was, deal with it. And then Vecna sort of like, he stays in his state, and the kids are still in that fortress while it is like alive. And then in the meantime, 11 like go from Hawkins' laboratory. He was like jumping rocks to get into Vecna's demon world, and she throws a huge boulder at the Mind Flayer thingy, from which she has the opportunity to then jump inside it and confront Vecna, which he does the funniest thing ever to me. He like disconnects from all his fine thingies, and he like belly flops onto the ground like Bugs Bunny or something, like a Looney Tunes character. And it's so funny because he just like, he falls over, and I would have fully expected to hear like splat or something. It was really funny to me. So she has her face off with him, and oh sorry, that's my stomach. And in the meantime, Will also has his connection with Vecna, so they both face him together and impale him on like a really big spike thingy inside the Mind Flayer monster thing, which is also his castle thing. So the Mind Flayer is like, oh no, my boyfriend got stabbed. And then they both basically die. Yay! We succeeded, guys. We won. Great job. So they rescue the kids, and Vecna is, for some odd reason, still breathing. So he goes like, Joyce is looking at him, and we get all the flashbacks from every single person, and Vecna did to hurt them, and then Joyce uses like an axe to decapitate herself, so the military won't bother them anymore. Excuse me, that's my stomach again. So, when they all return, the military is waiting for them, but 11 isn't in the truck with them back, because she's staying in the Upside Down to make sure that when it gets destroyed, that she dies with it, so the others will be safe from the military, because she's dead, so they can't create another Henry. So she dies in the Upside Down and all the portals close, and like that's it. And then we cut to like a year later or more, I'm not sure, but Hawkins is all back to normal and everybody is having their nice little moment. Nancy and Jonathan left Hawkins, I believe, and Robin, I'm not entirely sure, but Steve stayed. He's now the football coach. Hopper and Joyce are gonna leave most likely. They're going like somewhere else because they get married, which is cute, because their entire relationship is hinted at through the entire season. Then Will is going away and Dustin will go away, I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure about Jonathan, about Lucas and Max. I don't remember. But yeah, everybody is having their little moments, and then you get the graduation scene where Dustin does exactly what Eddie said he was gonna do before he died. That he is gonna like have a huge scene, and it was really funny to me, but really nice also. And then you go to their like last D&D game with the original kids and Max, and Mike explains sort of what is going to happen with them when they're gone or when their story ends. And then he drops like that 11 isn't really dead, because Kali used her power to make it appear as if 11 died in the Upside Down, so the military would get off their backs. But she's alive and she went to like Greenland or something, or Finland, I'm not sure. Don't quote me on this. And then he walks up the stairs and Holly and her friends are gonna play D&D, as in like a little sneak peek to like maybe that's gonna be the future of the series. And then Mike closes the door and it ends. And that was Stranger Things. Oh boy, I actually really like this season, and I am really sad that Stranger Things has now ended, or at least the main story has ended, because I've seen all these rumors about the Duffer Brothers going to like do a bunch of different projects in the Stranger Things franchise. But that's it, and apart from very large plot holes, I thought that this season was actually pretty good and a fitting ending to the story. They could have done a lot of things different. For example, my biggest thing is that Vecna gets killed in this season, but like his final boss battle or whatever was, in my opinion, too short. He has been like the main antagonist from all the way to the beginning, even if we didn't know it yet, and still his like final confrontation was like pretty short in my opinion. If he is this big of an evil villain, then he should have like a little bit of a bigger send-off, you know, because well, they had to like kill him because like he would end the entire world. But having such a big villain and the hype behind him, and then just offing him in like such a little amount of time was a little bit of a okay, sure, I don't know why you did that, but sure. And then a bunch of other plot holes. Also, Steve, because everybody kept teasing online before the season came out that he was gonna die this season, and no one pretty much did, except some characters that I don't even care a little bit about. So, and one of the things that I think was like the biggest plot holes was like Max being able to graduate even though she was in a coma for a year, or like Robin has like an entire love story in the last season, and then all of a sudden you just hear nothing about it anymore. like someone online that said, back in